Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Fauzan, and then in this video, I will answer the question in our assignment. The first question is, what do you know of speaking? The scope of discourse analysis. Speaking is one of the main types of communication that falls within the scope of discourse analysis. Discourse analysis is a field of study that examines language use in social contexts, including spoken and written communication. Speaking involves the use of verbal language to convey meaning, and discourse analysis can explore various aspects of speaking, such as the structure of conversation, the use of language in different social situations, and the role of power and identity in communication. Discourse analysis can also analyze the nonverbal aspect of speaking, such as tone, body language, and facial expression. Overall, speaking is an important area of study within discourse analysis because it is one of the most common forms of communication used in everyday life. Question number 2. What are the differences between classroom conversation and casual conversation? Classroom conversation are typically more structured and formal than casual conversation. In classroom setting, there are often rules and expectations for how students should speak and interact with each other. For example, students may be expected to raise their hand before speaking, address the teacher with respect, and use academic language and terminology. The goal of classroom conversation is often to facilitate learning and understanding of a particular topic or subject. Casual conversations are often more relaxed and spontaneous. There are generally no rules or expectations for how people should speak or interact with each other in casual conversation. People may use slang or informal language, interrupt each other, and change topic frequently. The goal of casual conversation is often to socialize, build a relationship, or simply pass the time. Question number 3. Is it important to carry out discourse analysis for classroom conversation? My answer is discourse analysis is the study of language in use, and it involves analyzing the structure, content, and context of spoken or written communication. In the context of classroom conversation, discourse analysis can be a valuable tool for understanding how student and teacher interact, how learning is facilitated, and how knowledge is constructed. There are several reasons why discourse analysis is important for classroom conversation. Firstly, it can help identify patterns and trends in the way student and teacher communicate. This can provide insight into the effectiveness of teaching strategies, the level of student engagement, and the overall classroom dynamic. Secondly, discourse analysis can help identify where language use may be hindering learning or creating barriers to understanding. For example, if students are using informal language or slang that is not understood by all members of the class, this could be addressed through target language instruction or clarification. And the last is discourse analysis can help teacher and student become more aware of their own language use and how it affects communication and learning. By analyzing their own speech and interaction, they can identify areas for improvement and work toward more effective communication and learning. Question number 4 is it important to carry out discourse analysis for casual conversation? The answer is, in general, discourse analysis can be applied to any type of conversation, including casual conversation. Analyzing casual conversation can provide insight into how people communicate in informal setting, which can be useful for understanding social dynamic and culture norms. Discourse analysis can be a valuable tool for improving language teaching and learning outcomes in both formal and informal settings. By analyzing communication patterns and identifying areas for improvement, teacher can be develop more effective teaching strategies and help students develop practical language skill that they can use in real life situation. The last question is read the sample of discourse analysis for debate as an transactional speaking discourse. Based on the result of the analysis, it can be understood that debate is a transactional speaking discourse that involves a structure and formal communication style where participants use specific strategies to persuade and convince their audience. From the result of the analysis, one can find that are certain features of debate that distinguish it from other types of speaking discourse, such as the use of formal language, structured arguments, and the need for evidence to support claims. The analysis also highlights the importance of rhetorical strategies such as ethos, logos, and pathos in persuasive communication. The analysis can help us understand how participants in a debate interact with each other and how they negotiate meaning through language use. It can also reveal patterns of communication that may be useful for teaching and learning purposes, such as common phrases and expression used in debate and effective argumentation strategies. The discourse analysis provides valuable insight into the nature of debate as a transactional speaking discourse and can inform teaching and learning practice in this area. I think that's all from you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.